Hello and welcome again. We're going to be adding some new background graphics to your portfolio as well. We're going to go into your portfolio and add some items to your portfolio and just kind of change the best way how to see them. Now, the most important thing though is your actual content and getting your content in there. And we actually have to go find your files, you find your content, and like I have, if you don't have stuff in your Google Drive, then maybe I've got some of your old projects that you can include, and feel free to include other stuff. If you've done some stuff on your own, or in music class, you made your own music score, you're certainly welcome to add stuff into your portfolio. But first, so what we've got here is that you've got your portfolio page and you've got your graphic design, video, and photography. And we're going to change this background graphic, as well as when you go inside here, we're going to change the little gallery of images that you can have. So let's talk about your content, okay? Because maybe you've made a file, and here's an example here. This is an example of a Photoshop file, and you can see here that this is an old grade 10 tabloid article, which you can use as a graphic design sample, but it's got all the layers that this student used. So how are we going to put this into our website? Because the internet and your Google Chrome, they don't know what Photoshop files are. They don't really display PDFs very well. Basically, you got to save everything as pictures, or more specifically like JPEGs or PNGs, picture files that you can load into your website. So basically, you gotta open up these files in Photoshop and then just save them down as pictures. So I'm going to go File and Save As, and I'm just going to save. You got to go save on your computer, and I'm going to save this file as a JPEG. So right now it wants to save it as a Photoshop file. We're going to change that to save it as a JPEG file. And let's just go and navigate to, let's see, this is where I want to stick the stuff, put in the Google website, or it's not a Google, this is what I used to have. And then I'm going to call this the grade 10 tabloid article, okay? And then I go to save. Yep. Then it's in there. Okay. Now what if we did the grade 11 magazine assignment? So I'm going to go to, actually I do have some old magazine assignments here, and some of them, actually these ones here are very good. I'm going to double click on one of them, and it opens up as a PDF in your PDF editor. Okay, so you got this one right there. We've also got, I think I recall which one. Let's find, what's that one like? That's like a photography one. That's okay. Actually, let's do this one. Okay, so now this one also needs to be saved as a JPEG. Acrobat isn't going to do this. This is like Acrobat Reader. This is not going to help you. You need to do everything in Photoshop. So what you got to do is, like, this is no good because Photoshop is your photo editor. So you got to go back to Photoshop, and let's open the files. Go to Photoshop and then go open the files in Photoshop. And so I can just go and navigate to it there. I'm actually going to cheat, and because I have the file right there, and I'm going to drag it in. Well, no, I didn't mean to click. I want to drag it into Photoshop, and it will open up. Now, because it's multiple pages, it's asking me, well, which page do you want to do? Let's do the inside spread there. It's a rather large file there. We don't have to do it so high. Let's actually bring that down in resolution. And I'm going to go OK. And so what it's doing is taking all that InDesign PDF stuff and it turned it into a picture. You can see how all that type now is now pixelated, which is what we want. And it's a layered file. I'll just flatten it just so you can see it a little bit better. But regardless, we just need to save this as a JPEG too. So go File and Save As, and just like the other file now, it's no longer a PDF, it's a picture file. We saved as a JPEG. No, I thought I hit Save As. Okay. So, oh, I guess I'm doing it twice now. So I'm already at my Google website thing there. Let's just call this grade 11 magazine assignment. Okay, hit save, and so it's saved. So now, after you've done collecting all your images, and whether or not in one way or another, and I'll show you how to do videos later, we're gonna go to, okay, let's replace this now. I'm going to let's go to make sure I got the column selected, and I'm going to change the column background, and we're just going to change the image because you've got like these other ones here in the background. I'm going to change the image, and these are the ones that I've already selected. I've already uploaded that tabloid article. But let's upload the magazine. Upload from computer. And I could just drag it and drop it if I want. Oh, did I save that? Oh, didn't save it as a JPEG. Shame on me. It saved it as a Photoshop file. Let's go back to Photoshop. I thought I did it, but I guess I didn't. I obviously didn't. Save as. And I obviously did not do JPEG. All right, and then go save. Lesson learned, because if it doesn't work, so now you're going to see, now when I click on this, there you see it as a thumbnail now. Before this was a Photoshop file. So good that you saw that. So I'm going to click on that, click open. Oh, I guess I didn't get it selected. There we go. And so it's uploading into Wix, which is good. And now I can choose whichever one I want to have as my background. Now you notice that before the other ones were like simpler, like the photos work better. Like this is going to be kind of busy for a bit of a background. Let's just apply that. See, it's kind of busy to be a bit of a background. Like let's just see, and we may just leave it the way it is. Oops, wrong setting, sorry. If I go into my settings here, Photo Studio, no, those are, I can change it, the attributes of the picture. I think it's just settings. There we go. And I can just say how this thing is going to be scaled. Do I want to scale it to fit, or do I want to do it the original size, which is going to be quite huge? Still doesn't really help us. Maybe if I do it from like the top left, like maybe that's maybe a little bit more like of a simpler image to put in the background. You can just mess with that. I'm going to leave it like that just for now. Okay. Now we're going to go into this page. Now if you have view, well, that's actually just the attributes there. You actually got to go to the page. So we got to navigate to that page. Now what does it actually link to? If I go to the link, it's linked. If I go to linked, it's actually linked to the second gallery page. I'll show you that about that later. So let's actually go to, we know that that's the right page. Okay, so let's update this. We're going to call this graphic design. And we want to, and we want to replace this stuff, because right now if we go into preview, this is actually quite nice. You go through all your portfolio items. You can see I got this one already. If you click this one, and it shows up, and you have this image and title. I'm going to show you that. And then you can click on the next one. All right. So if I were to, let's go back into our editor. If I click here, I should be able to. Why am I not? There we go. So manage media settings. This is what we want right here. Let's go to manage media. And you can see you've got your order. These are just the pictures that are there right now. And we can replace that image with something else, or I can just straight add another one to it. Like right now, I think I'm just gonna get rid of, like maybe I'll get rid of a couple so they just change. But then I'm gonna add a new one and we're gonna start from scratch. So let's add that image. Oh, look at that, add video. That'll be coming up soon. And we're gonna add that magazine assignment page, add to page. Now, see how that shows up as number 5? If I want it to be the first one that shows up, I can just drag that over. Now, the other thing I want to point out is that over here, you've got this kind of like a preview thing, and you notice down here, you've got this title and description. This is really important because when you click on it and it opens up in its own page, you get like a title and description that appears next to it. That's what this is. So add your title. So I'm going to call this grade, I'm going to type it out nice, 11 magazine assignment. You can call it anything you want. Okay. And then description. In this assignment, I sketched my page out first, took all photography and put the layout together using Adobe InDesign. Okay, so but you can do whatever this is for you to in case you want to show this to maybe a future employer. Okay, and then you're actually going to hopefully, and you could potentially get a job with this. Okay, so let's go, let's get rid of that, and all of a sudden this has this appears here. Now we can change the way this appears, but first I'll just show you. We'll just take a look at how it looks. So if I go into preview, it's got all our items here in my portfolio, my graphic design portfolio. If I click on that, that highlights, and it's got a name to it, grade 11 assignment. If I click on it, it shows up grade 11 magazine assignment. In this assignment, I sketched my page out first, took all photography, and put the layout together using Adobe InDesign. This is great. This is perfect. And then you can click and go to the next one. Okay. So I really like that. I really like this portfolio view. If I go back to my editor, if I were to go to click on here and I go to settings and go to layout, you can actually change how the layout looks as well. You can do it like a collage, which I actually think I like them better smaller, and then you can see more on the page and then you click on them. I also don't mind this thumbnail view where you've got one and you've got the other options down. You can click on that one. But actually I think that my favorite is that collage. Excuse me, that collage one right now. Oh yeah, you can change things as well, vertical or whichever. But I think that one's my favorite right now. So that is how you would start to populate your graphic design and your photography sections of your portfolio pages, and then we will do your I'll show you how to do video next. Okay, thanks very much for watching.